Have you ever wanted to make a positive change in your life and found yourself at a point where you eventually start doing things a little bit different, growing, becoming a little bit better of a person, and thinking that you're on the right track, and all of a sudden you start feeling like things just aren't going well? You start getting frustrated at what you're doing. You're feeling uncomfortable, and then you think to yourself, you know what? I'm trying to make a positive change here. Why do I feel like garbage? Because that's not the way it should work. Well, that's what this map talks about, the evolution of a breakthrough. There's actually something going on, and this explains it using an illustration. So imagine yourself, you're in this bubble or this balloon, and that's step number one. And this is your comfort zone. And you live in your comfort zone pretty well. There's no problems, you move around pretty comfortably, and things are going all right. But then you come up to step number two, where you have this crazy idea that you want to get better. You want to do something better, either improve what you're doing, or maybe you want to learn a new skill, a new language, play guitar, whatever it may be. But that's step number two, where you're wanting to grow somehow. You start thinking to yourself, well, maybe I can do this, or starting Monday, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to change this. So you have this idea of growing, and you start doing things a little bit different. So eventually, you keep growing a little bit, and you get to step number three. Let me go back to step number two, because there's an important point here. As you're growing, you're pushing against your comfort zone, that balloon that you exist in. You're not the same size anymore because you're growing. So you're pushing against the edges of that comfort zone. That's step number two. Now let's go back to step number three, where you start feeling resistance. You say to yourself, you know, I'm uncomfortable, or I should give up, or this positive change sure does feel negative. It shouldn't feel like this if I'm trying to make a positive change and grow in my life. But what's happening is that you're becoming a bigger person than your comfort zone. And so that comfort zone, like a balloon, if you were inside a balloon, you're pushing against it by growing. And it's starting to really push back. And the more you grow, the harder it's going to push back, the more resistance you're going to feel. And you have a choice at this point. You can either give up and go back to stage number one, where you're comfortable in your comfort zone. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of people do. Or when you're feeling this resistance and you just feel like you can't push anymore in growing, and you're frustrated, you push some more, you push some more, and you push some more. And finally, you reach step number four, or stage number four, where you have a breakthrough. You get so big that you break through your comfort zone, the size that it previously was. And that is when you have a breakthrough. That's exactly what it feels like. And instantly, almost, it becomes a very liberating feeling when you have that breakthrough. And you start saying, you know what, I did it. I pulled it off. I can do this. And once you've reached that point, then you go back to stage number one. But your comfort zone is now bigger. So you can do more, and you're a bigger person. And you go through this process again as you grow more and more through life. But here's what's cool, is now that you're a bigger person and stronger because you've broke through your previous comfort zone, when you go back to number one and you go through this process all again, it's going to be easier the next time to have a breakthrough because you're stronger. The skin of your comfort zone, so to speak, is still the same thickness, but you're bigger and stronger. So you're going to be able to have a breakthrough much faster the second time around. And if you've ever wondered why this happens, it's this four-stage process.